But yeah, I did want to get into this Jameson Williams thing for a couple of reasons, Lindsey Hunter. It seems as though the battle lines have been drawn, and I know that we approached this subject yesterday.
Yep.
But I have never seen a divide like this in sports, especially like in Detroit, especially for a guy who you knew you weren't going to get much out of in the first year because he had a torn ACL in the national championship game. Right. We all knew that coming in. So, it's just for me, like this whole attitude about Jameson Williams, I don't understand it, Lindsey. I'll never understand it. Like, let the guy, get on the field in a full capacity.
Well, of course, the reason why all the attention has been shown to him is because of the controversial things that has happened. And now everybody is really micromanaging everything he does. And I hate when they do guys like that. Because everything he does now is, oh, man, he's struggling in camp. He dropped 2 passes.
Right.
He tripped over his shoelaces. Oh, he threw a punch at a guy. Everybody's throwing punches in training camp. There's nothing
and we
new.
covered this yesterday. You said you've seen brawls.
Dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Stuff I've seen, come on.
Yeah, you've seen it all.
Yeah.
So that's the reality.
Yeah, so why just pinpoint him? Because, like we've said, he's been marked and people have said, oh, when he got suspended, he showed up in Vegas the next day. He doesn't care about it. He's still gambling. Man, lay off the guy, man. The guy's going to be great. I mean, for him to go at it with a teammate, that's simply the competitive nature of the sport.
Yes.
No,
and I agree. And as more footage came out, and we heard the story yesterday, Amon-Ra St. Brown dropped a pass. Like that. Lindsey Hunter missed a shot at training camp. But again, it all goes. I get it. I understand how it works. When you're a reporter, is your tweet about Jameson Williams dropping 2 passes going to get more run, or about Taylor Decker having a pancake block?
Right.
We know the answer to that question.
We know the answer.
So I get that there's caveats to this, and I understand what's attached to it. People from certain blogs around in this town got mad at me because I said, hey, I know you tweeted it. I know you have a job to do, but I'm not participating in 7-on-7 David Blau touchdowns in May. I'm not participating, and I'm not discussing it. I'm not interacting with it. None of it. And because that's not newsworthy to me, because David Blau will not be here soon, and lo and behold, he is gone. But as it come to find out, due to the due diligence of our audience here, Mike G says, is J-Mo basically Mike Williams? Mike G, come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Mike G's his number 1 hater.
Yeah. I think Matt Tunnel, and I haven't seen you here before, Matt. I appreciate you jumping into the show. Fights in training camp are expected. It's all about the spin. Right, what's the narrative? We live in the day and age of the narrative now. The narrative overrides everything we do as a society. But as it comes out to light, on the very morning show, I understand, I was called out for some of my takes.
Yes.
By Sam Flannel. Unbeknownst to me, I still don't know what they were. So, Sam Flannel, you have the stage right now. I'm curious to get your take on this whole Jameson Williams situation and what's going on and your views, and tell me how I'm wrong in it.
Okay, so it wasn't just you. It was directed at a lot of different pundits, even here, or even Detroit sports fans. I made a joke earlier, and even if you guys aren't religious, you will understand this reference. There are the 10 commandments, and the 11th commandment now that Lions fans have made up is thou shalt not criticize Jameson Williams for anything he does, no matter what. And a lot of my response to that whole thing is like, wouldn't it be nice for him to be able to play on the field week 1 to see him make up for everything? Oh, that's right, you can't because he's suspended for 6 games. I was willing to give that season a redshirt year because he was hurt for most of it. But the fact that he got himself suspended, what you think about the rule or not, I think the microscope should be on him. And the fact that people are treating him like Teflon, you can't criticize him for anything or else you want him out of town, I think is absurd.
Now, okay, what do you want me to do, Flannel? Like, what are you supposed to do about it? He made a mistake. Said he made a mistake. Okay. So you move on. You got to move on from it. That's what it is. Don't make the same mistake again. And again, like, I wish he was here too, Flannel. Like, if I had the choices, I wish he was here too. But he's not. And people have come out, players have come out and said, yeah, the stuff's confusing. What they say, like the policies on page 23 of the manual or something like that.
First of all, that's the most hypocritical rule ever by a sports organization. You support gambling, but you did, and I understand don't gamble on your team. Yeah, cool.
Or your sport.
Or your sport.
He didn't do that either.
He didn't do that either. But then you don't clarify to say, oh, I'm in a hotel, right? We're in a hotel, so technically this is not Lions property facility. But technically it is because the Lions are having a function there.
Right.
So all that stuff is stupid, man. And Flannel, I don't think he should be under a microscope because of the simple things that a couple of mistakes that he's made, which is,
No, he made one mistake.
One mistake.
He's made one. And Flannel, like, you want to gatekeep. I understand that. And your people want to gatekeep. I get all that. But here's the deal with me. Like, I don't like some of the other shit too, but I don't care. He's on his time, man. He can do what he wants. He gets suspended or whatever. He goes to Las Vegas. He can do that. He can go. That's within the rule. I don't care what he does. Here's what I do care about. When he gets the ball in his hands, you get excited. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's shown that he's capable of being a big-time performer in this league. Granted, a small sample size. Right. Small sample size. I understand that. But you cannot deny that he is electric with the football in his hand. You can't deny it.
No, I can't deny it. But
then you're good.
He also has the same amount of career receptions as Penei Sewell.
Stop
that is
with
fair.
That.
How are you?
Stop with that,
Oh,
Flannel.
come on.
Stop. You knew when you drafted him what was going to be the story. Just stop with that. That's become such a narrative for you people.
Okay, but...
It has been, man. You knew that going in. The reason you were able to get him was because he tore his ACL. You knew that, man.
You know, that is all well and good, but he caught his one he caught his one pass in week 14, and the rest of the 4 weeks he didn't catch a single ball.
And how many were thrown to him, Flannel?
I mean, I think like 9 or something like that. But still, I'm just saying that I was hoping...
Okay, you got a funny way of saying, by the way, every time he touched the football, he scored a touchdown. Because that's what he did, Flannel. See, I can play that game too. He got the ball in his hand 3 times. He scored a touchdown all 3 times. One, he got called down at the half-yard line when he was really in. The other time, he got called back for a penalty, Flannel. See, I can play that game too.
Okay, that's fair, but we were just talking about yesterday going into Kansas City, and you're going to get some calls going against you, and you just have to live with it. That Jameson Williams touchdown that was called back, that's just one of those times where it doesn't count because it was called back for a penalty. The Lions as a whole were able to overcome it, but Jameson Williams doesn't get those stats in the stat book.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I understand. Yeah. That was an electric
Spin
play.
That narrative,
but
bro.
why is he just getting this complete pass for everything?
No one's giving him a pass. No one's giving him a
Neil
pass.
Rule.
What do you mean?
Neil is simply saying, so first of all, he's suspended, so he's not getting a pass, right? He's suspended.
Oh, yeah.
So what else are we holding against him? Like, why are we saying he should be under a microscope simply because of A, B, C, or D? No. Let him serve his time, and when his time is over, he's back on the field, and now judge him on what he does.
Okay, but you guys are acting like he's done something in the NFL. He hasn't done anything. Of circumstance. I'll tell you what.
We're not acting like he's done something.
3 touches, 3 touchdowns, man.
2 touches, 1 touchdown. Factually.
You guys act like he's out welding guns around.
No,
that's what you guys act like.
No, Lindsay, I'm not a character guy. I'm an inavailability guy, and that's more where I'm speaking of. I don't care about the character issues, just the fact that we're not going to see him. I'm disappointed, and I really, really hope that his absence doesn't cost the Lions a win. I think he could be that impactful if he's on the field.
I just don't understand, like, this whole... You knew last year was a redshirt year, right? You understand that?
Yes, absolutely.
But you're still holding the production or lack thereof against him, right? You are.
I'm holding it against...
No, which is it, Flannel?
Okay, it's because he's followed that up by not being able to respond to that and have his real rookie season until week 7. And the fact that his one catch, there were still 4 games the rest of the year, and he didn't get a ball the whole time. Not one. 0.0.
Well, and does he throw the passes? Does he call the plays?
But
no, he doesn't. It was a redshirt year, man.
And it
was a redshirt year.
And that's why he was complaining about being targeted.
Yeah, but you hold that against him too, right? Like the people that'll say he's got 1 catch in his life. Well, I don't know. I don't like that guy. He complains about not getting the football.
Nope. I never said I didn't like that guy. I just don't get why he has become this figure that you guys want to make a victim
because he
so
can
badly.
Play. Because every time he's touched a ball in the NFL, he scored a touchdown.
He needs to
That's
show more.
why.
He needs to show more.
I don't think we're making him a victim, Sam. We just don't want it overblown that what he's done is like criminal.
Agreed. That's fair.
That's it.
That's fair. It was a dumb rule. And he
Right.
shouldn't have been suspended for 6 games.
But he is.
Sure.
But he is.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that says that. He's got to go serve that time,
Right,
and he
right.
will. And guess what? When he comes back, he'll be electric. And he'll be incredible. And he will be a great player for the Detroit Lions.
And then-
the talent. It's the talent. You've played the Clips, Benmo? Come on, man.
And then, hey, once he gets on the field and if he produces, then Sam will say, "Hey, I love this guy."
Yeah,
I
and
will.
don't worry. And I'll be keeping the receipts, and I'll be
What
calling bullshit on that. Say no. He's a problem. You saw there were people in there. Cut this guy. Get rid of him. No, f that, man. People like you, Flannel. Your people over there.
Your
You'll be like,
followers.
yeah, JMO. Yeah.
Yes, I will, because
No, you're not allowed.
Those words never came out of my mouth. I never said cut him. I never said he's a bust. I never said we're trying to run him out of town or anything like that. I'm just saying that I need to see more. I don't understand why he's just gotten that pass from everybody. If this was Aiden Hutchinson, this would not be happening. You would say, oh, Michigan are the leaders and the best and all that, just being sarcastic about it. It's because it's Jameson Williams, and he has this hold on the Detroit sports fan base, and I just...
Because he's good at football.
He's good at football, but he hasn't done anything yet. Nothing. He got suspended. He's not going to play till week 7.
Uh-huh. And
Okay.
he's got to serve that time.
He's got to serve that time.
And you accept that punishment and you move on, and then in Game 7 you go out and be dynamic, which he will. Like that's what I can't. Here's the disconnect, Glenn. I know we blew past the break here. Here's the disconnect. Do you agree that he's electric when he's out there on the field? When you knew when the ball went to him, did you like move in your seat?
Absolutely.
Then what are we talking about?
I need to see him on the field more.
Okay,
One
that's
catch.
fair. That's fair.
Yes,
that's
need to see him on
fair
the
that
field
you need
more.
to see him on the field.
No.
Okay.
When you say he's got one catch,
Factual. That's literally a fact. He has
it's
the
literally a fact. He scored a touchdown all 3 times he touched the ball.
No, it's not literally
Yes,
a
it
fact.
is.
He touched the ball twice and scored 1 touchdown.
No.
That's literally a fact.
Touched it 3 times. It's not his fault. Hey, you want to get into this, right? Like being a pro and stuff like that. It's not his fault somebody committed a penalty. It's not his fault somebody didn't do their job. It's not his fault that somebody didn't have good enough availability to not commit a penalty.
All right, but that's part of football though. People's touchdowns get called back all of the time. They don't count in the score. They don't count in the box score. It was an electric play. It was his best play of the year. But it was called a penalty. Whether it was right or not, that's what happens when you go to Lambeau Field and playing at Aaron Rodgers. The same type of stuff you said is going to happen at Kansas City.